You know what? Just when you think it couldn't get any worse with Michael Bay around, for those who hate this franchise, he did a lot worse this time. Transformers The Last Night is the newest Transformers movie, directed once again by Michael Bay. And the basic story here is that humans are still at war with the Transformers. Optimus Prime is gone. This time, Optimus Prime is being controlled by Quintessa, and she tells Optimus about a staff that she needs to rule the world. And so, with the future of Cybertron and their world at stake, we have to have Mark Wahlberg, Cade Yeager, Bumblebee, this little group of kids, an English butler, which is Anthony Hopkins, and an Oxford professor, which is Star Lord's mom from Guardians of the Galaxy, both volumes 1 and 2, to find Optimus and try to stop Quintessa from taking over the world as such. And also, Mark Wahlberg is on the hunt for this staff, since Mark Wahlberg is the last knight. And that's basically how I can sum up the story of this movie, because the final results, here it is. I was looking forward to Transformers 5 because not only I am a Transformers fan, I like the first 4 Transformers movies, but I thought I was gonna like this one too. But sadly, it wasn't the case, because hashtag, in my opinion, Transformers 5 freaking sucks. People give Descendants 2 a lot of crap. I love Descendants 2, to tell you the truth. Descendants 2 was fun. At least Dove Cameron is trying something different with her acting. This is trying nothing different. Ugh. They had to do this. They had to make this one at some point. But this is in my opinion, the second worst movie of 2017. It is worse than The Bye Bye Man, and yes, it is worse than The Boss Baby. This movie has a lot of personal issues, okay? Michael Bay, please, let this be your last Transformers. This is supposed to be your last Transformers movie, but you kept saying it with Dark of the Moon and Age of Extinction, because I know the marketing campaign for those movies not very well, due to my photographic memory. Let this be your final Transformers movie. As a matter of fact, this is gonna maybe a good time to bring in a new director for Transformers 6 and see what he can do. Do not come back to direct any more Transformers movies, because it's starting to show that you honestly do not care about the Transformers franchise anymore. This movie made little to no sense. This movie has 7 different editors, and this movie feels like a chopped up mess. A chopped up mess. This movie steals a lot from different franchises and different movies. Even is going out some Fast and Furious 8 route, turning Optimus Prime evil. Now that, I was interested in seeing Optimus Prime being evil, but the disappointment is that he's only evil for maybe 5 seconds. I'm not bullcrapping you. And then, not only Optimus turns evil for only 5 seconds, which is a major letdown, but Michael Bay forgot his own filmography. Because in this movie, there's a line that Optimus says that Bumblebee, I haven't heard you spoke since we were on Cybertron. No, Michael Bay, Bumblebee spoke 10 years ago in the first Transformers movie back in 2007. Goodness gracious. How I don't understand how can you forget your own filmography, dude. I really don't. Now, some people have said that this is okay, and I respect that, but the majority of people hate this movie. And I see why people don't like this one. Again, the story makes little to no sense. The whole King Arthur stuff I was interested in seeing. That looked cool, but it's done in a way like nobody was told Michael Bay, hey, you gotta have this make sense. But then also the dialogue in this movie, the writing, and the way this movie is directed is so freaking half-assed. It's like nobody was paying attention when writing the darn script because the dialogue in this movie is horrendous. Every time Alba speaks this horrible dialogue, I wanted to slap myself in the face because all this dialogue is so crappy. Not to mention, don't even get me started on the little girl. The little girl from Nickelodeon show, 100 Things to Do for High School, Isabela Moner. She was fine in here. But now, the acting in this movie is fine. The music in this movie is fine. By Steve Jablonsky, Mark Wahlberg, Laura Haddock. All the actors does fine. There's no Tyrese in the movie like they said it would, but the acting is fine. The effects are good for a $217 million budget this movie has. The action is nice. You can see what's going on without any lens flares or shaky camera. But the story and the characterization is what makes this movie horrible. Fucking horrible. I cannot believe this Transformers movie was allowed to get released. I can't believe we are 5 movies in, and this is the 5th Transformers movie we get ever since the franchise started in 2007. And the only Transformer movies that are watchable are the first Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, freaking Dark of the Moon, freaking Age of Extinction. What in the actual heck, Michael Bay? Are you freaking hold on. You see the look on my face? Y'all see the look on my face? This is 2 hours and 30 minutes of Transformers the last night. Do you want to know how many times I had to look at my phone to see because I was getting so bored? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. 8 times in a row I had to check my phone because this movie was boring. Are you serious? I must be going overboard. I really am. I'm going overboard this time. I thought this would have been the good version of Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. I really did. Because so far this franchise has been going Star Trek original series route. What do I mean by the original Star Trek movie series route? I'll explain to you. The first Star Trek movie was okay. Transformers 1 was good. Wrath of Khan was great. Revenge of the Fallen had problems, but it was okay. Search for Spock, great. Dark of the Moon, awesome. Voyage Home, awesome. Age of Extinction, again, has problems. A little bit too long, but it's okay. Star Trek V, The Final Frontier was bad. This is bad. You see, it's the Star Trek route. And the fact that this movie is getting a extended edition for its Blu-ray home media release in September is beyond me. Which is September's next month. Seriously. I cannot believe this was as bad as ever. I'm not surprised that this was gonna get bad reviews, but I've been watching these movies since 2007, and I'm still a fan of this Transformers series. This is might be the only Transformers movie I hate. If Bumblebee and Transformers 6 are still worth watching. But as long as Michael Bay is the director of these movies, there is no hope for this franchise. But I'm gonna be optimistic on the Bumblebee movie because it's a new director, Travis Knight, and the cast so far is pretty good. You have John Cena and you have Haley Steinfeld as the main character, and so yeah. And then Transformers 6, until there's a new director confirmed for Transformers 6, I'm really gonna be hesitant on Transformers 6 because after the horrifying display I've seen from this movie, it really has me a little worried. But as long as you get a new director for Transformers 6, that's fine with me. But at this point, Michael Bay, you clearly has no respect for the Transformers fans anymore. And some people say the only two Transformers movies that are decent was the first one and Dark of the Moon. I like the first 4 Transformers movies, but Michael Bay, it's time for you to leave the franchise. Let somebody else come in and do something new. Some other director will have the courage to make something far more better than this. And then you went Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer out with with the military teaming up with the Decepticons, knowing that they are going to betray them later on. You did not think that the Decepticons were not going to turn. If you couldn't tell, my rating for Transformers 5 The Last Night, well then here it goes. Transformers The Last Night is going to be the first Transformers movie that I'm going to have to say don't waste your time on. Is majorly disappointment. This movie may have made $594 million, but it is the lowest grossing of the franchise. So basically, skip this movie. So let me know get the next Transformers right. Make sure Bumblebee is good, because that's one of my most anticipated movies for next year. So let me know what y'all think about Transformers 5 The Last Night down below. I already know Sean thought it was okay, and I already know Anthony and Parker, they hate it. But if you like the movie or hate it, chat down in the comments below. Talk to me why. But stay away from this, people. Go watch Descendants. Go buy Descendants. It's a direct-to-video TV movie. Go watch Descendants. Go watch Wonder Woman. Go watch Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. That movie got a crap load of hate for no reason. How's the Boss Baby gets passed in movies like Baywatch, Pirates 5, and Captain Underpants gets crap hated on. And go see. I would rather you go see The Dark Tower. Later.